Good morning, we are Sporadactyls, Dinkles and Popty Pings, and how the devil are you? I hope you're well. You're joining us here in Scotland, we're on the A9. Come on. If this bloody thing will ever start up, we'll be alright. We're on the A9 in Scotland, and we're going to a place the other side of Elgin. Now, having a look on map and that, and Google Earth, you think of a malarkey last night, I decided that I'm not going to go up through Inverness and then cut across the 96 to Elgin, because I think if I go that way, some mirrors as we come out this lay-by, if I go that way, I'm going to hit all the traffic coming through Nairn. And Nairn's not the best of roads. I went through Nairn before. I done a couple of videos. One particular video, kamikaze pilot overtaking me. Got a decent response, but the majority, there was quite a few people who was a bit racist towards me, calling me an English prick and get back to England, you prick, and all that. But there you go. Anyway, I've decided what we're going to do is we're going to cut across the A95 to the side of Aviemore in about 10 miles. It should be a right hand turn on the A95. We're going to follow the A95 all the way down, and then that should pick us up on the 914, I think it is. I think they call it the Wisky Trail. It looks to be tight in various places on the map, but we'll fettle it, I'm quite sure. Just mindful here, it is open speed limit on this bit, but we are in a 50 for HGVs on the A9 all the way up here. I didn't stay in that lay-by last night, by the way, I didn't have enough time. I stayed just the other side of the turning for Pitlochry at Fort William. I was hoping to get parked up at about 8 o'clock, but every bloody lay-by I came to from Perth was absolutely ram-packed. So I ended up running clock out to pretty much 9:30. So it was what it was. I put my card in at 10:15 yesterday morning, so I had till 7:15 yesterday morning, so I had till 10:15 to run till last night. I didn't fancy running till 10:15. But I ended up running till 9:30 by the time I found a decent lay-by. There are a couple along here, but they are like bloody slithers. So I got parked up, it was no bother. It's rained all night. Lovely and quiet apart from the rain. Yeah, as you'd expect, we've woke up here in the Scottish Highlands, and yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful Scottish sunshine outside, as you can see. Road conditions are very wet, but it is what it is. So yeah, about 8 miles now we should see a right hand turning for the A95 for Elgin, and that's where we're going, basically. It's a road I'm totally unfamiliar with. As far as I'm aware, I've never been on it before. We are fully loaded, but I've just rang the fella there on site where I'm delivering to. I told him the way I'm coming, and he said, yeah, that's perfect. This is perfect way. He said, you used to come in from the other side of a golf course. He said, but you can't come in that way now. He said, so if you're coming that way, once you see the signs for Elgin and the 30 mile an hour, into the 30 mile an hour limit, the first sign for Elgin, he said you should see signs from sight and it'll be a left hand turn. So alright, so I'm going it right way. However, Elswaticus Navicus on here is thinking that we're going straight on to Inverness, so she's going to be in for a shock when we do. But I've had a look on map, and it looks like a right hand turning onto the A95, and just follow your nose all the way down the A95 until it picks up it's either the 941 or the 914. It'll be signposted for Elgin anyway. I just thought you might like to run with me for an hour. We'll sort it out. Just doing the speed limit of 50 mile an hour. We are on the A9, we are in a HGV, an articulated truck, and well, we are bloody filming. Filming in, lad. That knows what I mean. Knows what I mean, lad. We haven't had breakfast yet. Plan is get to site, we'll have something to eat. Really not looking forward to getting out and taking all the straps off this, because you're guaranteed it'll be an absolute shithole and cesspit. All building sites are muddy in this weather. It is what it is, it's nothing I've not done before. I've got my orange Guantanamo Bay boiler suit. I always put it on, because I do wear shorts a lot. That boiler suit comes in handy when you're walking about on sites, you're not getting shit all up your bare legs. I had a good shower last night, I had Lockerbie on my way up here. So we'll cut you loose before we get into site, obviously, but I'll just see what it's like. See what it's like on this bloody Wisky trail or whatever it is. Never been on it before, and hopefully we don't get doomed. It looks doable. Oh, actually, I think L-Twaticus Navicus has picked up 5.5 miles. It's telling me to turn right. Can't mind on whether we're past Aviemore on the other side. Some mirrors. We're coming out of back into two-way traffic, single file. Car up the arse now, followed by a van. Mate, then a van up the arse, followed by a truck. It's even. Apparently there's another lad on his way in as well. He's rang the site manager this morning, so I did pass a couple of hours last night in lay-by, so they might be behind me, they might be in front of me, I have no idea. I'm assuming they're going to be in front of me because they were already parked up. There's one I saw in our yard who I passed last night. He'd not long since parked up. He set off before me from Lockerbie. But he'd still had his engine running and his interior lights on when I parked up. He was only like literally 2 minutes in front of me, 5 minutes in a push. He managed to get in one at last lay-bys. I had to keep going for about another 4 or 5 miles. So the A95 we're looking for. Keep your eyes peeled for it. Mirrors. Rain's continuous, it's never stopped all night. Yeah, we're just coming up towards Aviemore now. I thought we'd passed Aviemore. Spent many a good time in Aviemore, me, when I was younger. Love the place. I haven't been for years. I'd like to go back and have a mooch. Not so much the skiing thing, I don't think I could be arsed going down them mountains skiing again, but I did like mooching about in Aviemore and up and about round the Cairngorms and that. Fantastic. Beautiful part of the world. Yeah, we just passed Aviemore, the turning, and then it's a right-hand turning in a couple of miles, the A95. Quite a bit of standing water right now on this road. I think this van's getting impatient, he's knocking on back door. I'm doing the speed limit, I'm doing 50 mile an hour, which is the speed limit for us. Keep an eye on him, mirrors. Constantly keeping an eye on where he is in his road positioning, because first opportunity he gets, he'll take me. It's Navigus, we're 2.5 miles before we're turning right. I'm thinking it's going to be signposted for Elgin as well, you know. Makes sense. We'll be about a good an hour up this road, easy. Or just shy of an hour. Mirrors. One pulled up in a lay-by in the distance, a van, white van with its lights on. Should be a right-hand turning coming up in 2 miles. Mirrors. I'm just mindful where this van is. It's right on back door. Why they sit right on your arse? Like, I have no idea. He's going to come in now. He's going to take me on the worst bit. Anyway, he's passed. That's him gone. See you later, pal. I can't believe it's not Butter. Or was it Alex Butter? It's either Alex Butter or Alex Button. Here we go. That's the sign there for the A95. Right-hand turning coming up in a mile. Sign posted for Keith. Now, as far as I'm aware, I've never been on this road before in my life, though, where we're going to be going next, so we'll just have mind on. I mean, we'll always try and be mindful anyway, but three-quarters of a mile. Should be this one coming up, I think. Half a mile. I'm looking on Automaticus Navigus, you see. Alex Butter. I can't believe it's not Butter's giving the same road. Here we go. Just come off that gas ready. Elgin, follow 95, the 941 blah blah. Right. Signals on, mirrors. Should be where that bus is going, do you? Turn right. Some mirrors. Oh yeah, baby, road conditions are wet. Where are they? Where's are they? Right, so it should be left at the bottom here for Elgin. There we go. Elgin and the A941. This is us. There's something called a Wisky Trail apparently. Some mirrors. Ooh. This daft doesn't half, when you put that engine brake on, this daft doesn't half bloody rock it down on itself. Some mirrors. There is a little van just come out behind me now, so we're expecting that to pass us very sharpish. It'll not one get stuck behind me all the way up this road. There we go, so this is the A95 now. And we're all the way down here to the 941 for Elgin. Road conditions are absolutely wet through. We're no longer on the 50 now, we're now back to Scottish rules, which is 40 mile an hour. And quite frankly, in these weather conditions, I pretty much think 40 mile an hour is fast enough. However, I'm just mindful that this van what's followed us down here off the A9 will get impatient shortly and walk past us. So I think first available lay-by, we'll just pull him in and let him go. Just so they don't make any stupid moves, that knows what I mean. What I'm also mindful of now, in these kind of road conditions, is my body heat because I'm a hot motherfucker. My body heat will start at various points making the windows messed up, you know what I mean? So just mirrors, we're coming down to a sharp right hander here, zebras out, mirrors, standing water, big puddle there, see? Traffic coming towards us, road conditions are very wet, it's pissing down. We are in the Highlands in Scotland. Mirrors as we come round. Just mindful, I want this van to get going shortly. I want him to get past me, but I don't want him to make any silly moves. Well, first proper lay-by I come to, I'll just pull in and just let it go. Again, road tightens round on the right, at the bottom, tightens round to the right. One zebra round, not a major thing, but you've got to be mindful. Mirrors. Nothing coming towards us, mirrors. Actually, there's now another couple of cars coming in the distance. I'm not pulling over there, it's too rough. Throw me all up bloody road. One coming towards us, mirrors. Two coming towards us, coming under a bridge. Three coming towards us, mirrors. It's like a railway bridge does that. Mirrors as the big one from Wigan comes past. Bit of standing water about, road conditions are still very, very wet. I don't know exactly what you can see of this video, but I'm sure there'd be some absolutely bloody stunning scenery if it wasn't pissing down. Mirrors. Bit of standing water about as well. Can't get in this lay-by, there's a big one from Wigan in it. Signposted for Car Bridge apparently. Some mirrors. We're going to follow it round to the right here for the A941, A95, just basically staying on this road. Road's getting a bit wider now, so I'm assuming that some of this traffic's going to rocket past me soon. Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups, however, you've got to be mindful. So we're 40 miles off Elgin, mirrors, it's bending round to right, zebras out, road conditions still wet, no bother, mirrors. Mirrors. Bit of standing water about on the left hand side here, passenger side. Traffic coming towards is getting a little bit heavier, still no issues. My workload seems to be increasing now as I'm dealing with road ahead of me. Mirrors, bends round to the left, north zebra out, car coming towards me, mirrors. One coming out of this junction here from right, a red car, just put its indicator on now, mirrors, out it comes. Standing water about again, there is something coming towards me in the far distance, and let us see, no, it is traffic, I can see headlights, two sets of headlights in the far distance, about half a mile away, mirrors. Standing water again, mirrors. We've now got heavy traffic behind us. There's 4 vehicles, no, 5 vehicles I think, stacked up behind us. First opportunity they get, they'll walk past. I'm not pulling in, I'm carrying on. As soon as if I pull in, I'll be pulling in every 2 minutes, and that's not the biggest of lay-bys either. I'll not get straight on that. My arse end will be sticking out. If I start the phase of pulling in for let people pass, I'll never get any progress. I'll be pulling in every 2 minutes. Had it just been that one van, I would have pulled in and let it go. So mirrors, traffic coming towards me, 2 off, mirrors. Road conditions still very wet. bends round to the left, no zebra zone, mirrors, just backing him off, car coming towards me on a van, just see headlights over the dip there. Tightens, standing water, mirrors, more standing water, middle of the road, just to avoid splashback on that puddle. We don't want to aquaplane, you see. This is Drumooly, wherever that is. Never been down this road before in my life, as far as I'm aware. It's the first time for everything. Mirrors. 1, 2, 3 vehicles stacked up behind me. I think it's a van and 2 cars. Or 2 vans and a car, sorry. One coming towards me. Make that 2. Mirrors. Residential properties here, so just mindful. Beautiful residential properties, I may add. Standing water again. Mirrors as the van comes through. Van coming towards me, make that 2 vans. Mirrors. Oh, there's quite heavy traffic now coming towards me. There's a truck as well. I can just see it dead near coming towards us. Just backing him off. It's a big one from Wigan. Mindful. Just mirrors as he comes through. Blind summit. Yeah, baby. Again, we are doing open speed limit. For us it's 40 miles an hour. We are in Scotland. And we are filming in then. I wouldn't, to be honest, in these road conditions as they are now, I think 40 mile an hour is well safe enough on this road. I wouldn't want to go any faster. If it was drier and you were empty, you could probably throw it about a bit. But would you want to throw an Arctic round in really wet conditions over 40 mile an hour on roads like this? And let's have it right, on unfamiliar roads that you've never been on before. I've never been on this road before. It's not big and it's not clever. There's no showing off to be had by throwing it about a bit and going as fast as you can. Not on a road you've not been on before. Still got these now joined by four vehicles behind me. Next opportunity I will pull in and let them past. Just my luck, there'll not be a lay-by for miles. Yeah, it's 2 vans and 2 cars, so there's 4 vehicles now behind me. Make that 3 vans and 2 cars, sorry. 3 vans and 1 car, sorry. A nice straight road here now, so I think some of these are going to come past me very, very shortly. So there's one coming towards me. I'm trying to pull over to as much to the left as I can, so when they stick the nose out, they can see. Speyside Centre, whatever that is. Right, some mirrors, extra mirrors now. You've got the opportunity, on you go. One's coming. This will be a domino effect now. One's come from 3 down the van. Go on, pal, the next one, if you want to go, get on with it. He's knocking right on back door, this one. 2's coming, 3's coming. The original one, what's right on my back door up my arse, is still up my arse. All them 3 was behind the original one, what's still knocking on back door. He's still there. Must be happy sat behind me, must be wanting to give me an escort into sight, I don't know. Well, I'm escorting him. them three's gone anyway, we'll let them away. It's this one what's sat on my back door, it's been there for the last few miles. Just back him off, we're just creeping up. There's some good views to be had on this road on a clear day, you know. A rainy day in Scotland. I think that's what we'll call this video. A rainy day up Scotland. Mirrors as the van comes through. Mindful of this junction, mirrors, this guy's still up my arse. I'm going to try and pull over as soon as I can and just get rid of him because he's doing me head in. He feels like he's sat literally on my back registration plate. Go on pal, get past. Have a bit of balls about you, get past if you're going to go past. There, finally! Off you fuck! Yeah, he's been sat up my arse for the past 12 miles or so. Freaking dear for coming out and overtaking. Right, there's nothing in the mirrors now, we're clear. I don't see any ice today, unless it freezes overnight. You can imagine this is a bad road in proper winter though. Imagine this is shite if I get over this road in winter. I would say it would be. Little stinking swining shoe. Heavy traffic coming towards us. I've got its indicator on now, just about to come over for turn. Some mirrors. Mirrors. No bother. No bother, no issue, no dramas. Still in the 40 mile an hour speed limit, we are in Scotland. You never know where these camera vans are as well. Guaranteed there'll be one. I mean, there's none of these wagons flagged me. Two big ones from Wigan, followed by two cars and a van coming towards us. Mirrors as he comes through. And him. And him. And well, why not? And him as well. I'm sure on the map I saw a really tight hairpin bend somewhere down here. I would imagine we'll come up on it whenever we do it. It's a really tight bloody hairpin bend, so mirrors just backing him off slightly. Road conditions are still wet. There's one coming overtaking this van coming towards us, and I just noticed that there was a big puddle on my side. Just went through it then before. Yeah, there's a lot of standing water about. A big puddle coming up here. I noticed when that little van was overtaking the other van, it ran through it. Here it is, see? But you just never know whether there's a gully down there, what's blocked or collapsed, so just mindful. mirrors, we're going right at this roundabout. So mirrors, start backing him off now. Mirrors, there's nothing behind us, you never know.
Go round the roundabout, second exit.
Road conditions still very wet. Where's this van going? We don't know. So just mirrors. He's going that way. Alright. There's no behind us but signals on anyway. That's just what you do. There's a cemetery. Bigger from Wigan.
After 400 yards, go round the roundabout, third exit.
So we're going to go right at this roundabout and over this bridge by the looks of it. Signposted for Elgin, seat 941, Keith. I don't know who Keith is. It's obviously a place, some mirror signals
Go round
on.
the roundabout,
There's nothing
third
coming over
exit.
bridge. Just double checking again, nothing. Nice wide swing. Come on, Dad. One coming front left here, a little van. This is the River Spare. Be in full flow as well today. She's pulling, but going uphill slightly. So this van's come through at the back of us. It's now turning off. So it's going that way. So we're clear. There's no behind us now. Road's getting a bit bumpy. Still piss wet through. There's now another set of headlights coming behind us. We're 36 miles off Elgin. Oh, look at that there, you see there. Look at them trains. Wow. Dining car. Oh, that'd be interesting. So apparently we're going near a golf course or something. When I was talking to the site manager on phone this morning. Some mirrors, one in lay-by, big one from Wigan. Just come off that gas, we're just creeping up again to 42. It's easy done. Beautiful part of the world, Scotland. Midges are horrendous though up here. What is the purpose of a midgie though? When you think about it, what purpose do they serve? Some mirrors as he comes through. Apart from annoying the hell out of everybody and being, I suppose, the food for other bigger insects, but what purpose does a midgie serve? Any David Attenboroughs amongst you? No, what? No. Why do we have midges? Where do they come from? Is there a big mother midgie somewhere laying loads of little ones? Do they hatch from an egg? I don't know. Is it larva or a pupae? I don't know. They're just freaking annoying. Still a bit of standing water about, various patches. Big one from Wigan coming towards me. Road tightens, mirrors as he comes through. I always try and squeeze in, I don't know why. You always meet him at the worst points, you see. Yeah, I've not been down here before. Right, there's a van, I don't know where it's come from, but it's right up my arse. It's just come right up my crack. Maybe there was them other headlights I saw when we come over that bridge. The first van turned off. There's also a big one from Wigan coming as well. So mirrors, road does tighten here, bends round to right, 2 zebras out. Either a walking floor or a bump tipper, what's coming up behind us as well. Just coming into a 30. Dirty 30. This is Cromdale. Now into a 30 at Cromdale. Never been here before in my life. Never been here before in my life, pal. We're doing 29 mile an hour, that says we are. Lights are on red, mirrors. Lights have changed. Woman with a pram and a dog. I bet dog's thinking, can't be doing with this shit. I didn't want to come out this morning, why don't you not just let me out in back garden for a shit? Would have been alright, you know. I don't have to walk this far. I don't like it, but I can't talk to you and tell you that I don't. What a beautiful part of the world to live, Cromdale. It's lovely. Back into open speed limit, but it does bend round to right, zebra's out. Still standing water about. Not going too fast into this bend. Zebra's out down the bottom, it bends round sharp to the left. This van's, once it passed me, he's adamant, here he goes. Go on lad, on you go. Just mindful, it's going fast into that bend and there's standing water about. I've now got a big one from Wigan coming up my arse, it's a tipper I think. So first opportunity I'll pull over and I'll let this truck pass because it'll be knocking on back door in a minute. And it's a tipper. We keep her lit. Standing water about, just seen that van there spray a big puddle up. Just tight. These are probably old cones, I think. I'm expecting potential roadworks further down. You never know. There's cones out outside the road, but they look like old cones, what's not been collected. So mirrors as that comes through. This tipper's now knocking on my back door. Zebra's out, bends round sharp to right here. It's one of them, this. If you know the road well, this tipper will know this road well. He'll be getting aggravated with me now. Well, I am doing the speed limit. I'm doing 40 mile an hour. That's the national speed limit for me in Scotland in one of these. There's nowhere to pull in. As soon as I can, I'm going to pull in and let him go. But I can't pull in just yet. Here's one for you as well. If you're a new driver, in this situation now, there's a tipper up my arse, yeah? Nothing against the fella, he's wanting to get on. I don't know him, he doesn't know me. But in this situation now, don't feel threatened or intimidated and start increasing your speed and taking unnecessary risks. Hold your course. This is a road I've never been on in my life, yeah? So I don't know this road. This guy behind me probably comes up and down this road every day and will probably know it like the back of his hand. He knows exactly where bends are. Mirrors as the truck comes through. He'll know exactly where bends are and where to position himself. He'll be very familiar with it, I would imagine. I'm not. So in this situation, don't be bullied. Don't be intimidated and be tempted to increase your speed, because you're putting yourself at risk. You'll throw it into a bend, and in conditions like this, you might end up losing it. But just hold your course and just think, fuck it. But at the end of the day, I am doing the correct legal speed limit. But as soon as we can, I'll pull over and I'll let him off. I'll let him go. This way, if I have slam on now, he's running straight up my arse. He's literally knocking on back door. He's chomping at the bit to get past me. That's not big enough for pulling. Just back him off. There's traffic lights up here and they are on red. Some mirrors. Standing water, going over a little bridge. Bit of a hump in it, but no dramas. Lights should change for us shortly. Nope, they're changing for other people. Lights have changed the mirrors. Again, we can't pull it in, so he's just going to have to wait, this fella. But yeah, don't feel intimidated or threatened when another truck's knocking on your back door for get past you. Don't increase your speed, just hold your course. Hold your course and stand your ground. Because otherwise you're putting your own life in danger. If you're unfamiliar with the road, especially if you're a new driver as well. I remember once going up to Stranraer with road salt from Winsford Salt Mine, and that road up, I could have gone over there for him, but nah, fuck him. Fuck him. First opportunity I get on the left hand side, I'll pull in. I'm not crossing carriageway just for him. Fuck him. Yeah, I remember going up to Stranraer and off the 75 there through to the side of Dumfries. You run up that fucking road and it's tight in various places, and a lot of them are running up for me to get on the boat, aren't they? And it's dark. I wanted to make as much progress as I could. I was tipping council yard at Stranraer in the morning. And all the way up they were knocking on fucking back door. One truck after another. Can we get it in there? No, we can't. Again, my arse end would be sticking out. They were knocking on back door, one truck after another. And every opportunity I got, I just pulled in. And then eventually I thought, I'm sick of this, so I just held my course. Stood my ground. And they were flying on. They'd all give you a pip and a flash of lights when you pulled in and let them past. They were chomping at bit, they're desperate to get on. They want to make the timing for meet that boat, you see. Apparently if you're last on the boat, you're queuing for ages for get off the other end or something. I've never been on the boat, so I don't know. I've been on a ferry to Isle of Man, but that was in a car. I've never been on a ferry in one of these. So just mirrors, truck passing me and a bit of roadkill, it's a deer or something. So I don't know how long we've been recording for, we must be coming up on towards the hour mark now. We'll keep going for a bit before I cut you loose. As I say, first opportunity on my left, I'm going to pull in and let this tipper come past me. So I'm just conscious that he's there all the time. Car behind him as well. Megan from Wigan coming towards me. Looks like it tightens down here. There's someone coming towards me as well. They're coming over like what looks like a little bridge or something. It doesn't tighten, it just bends round a little bit to the left. Some mirrors. Just mirrors. Oh lad. He's coming, he's overtaking me. I'll just back him off and let him go. He's desperate to get on, this prick. He's gone, he's out the way. Now, he's probably not a prick, I shouldn't have said that, but he's probably a lovely fella, but he's desperate to get on. So he's gone, he's clear. There's now a little van, what was behind him, is coming up behind us. Let him go, he's aware. He probably comes up and down this road all the time, he'll know it like the back of his hand. But I am actually doing the legal speed limit of 40 miles an hour. And it's an unfamiliar road, I've never been on this road before in my life. And it's pissing down, you know what I mean? So, don't be bullied or intimidated, just hold your course. Hold your course and stand your ground. If he wants to be foolish and pray on past you, that's his prerogative. Gone now anyway. So mirrors, zebra right, bends right to the left. What's this place here, see? This looks alright. A big hotel or what? Oh, it's a distillery. Oh, cool. Tormore Distillery. The Tormore Distillery. Ah, that'd be a good day out, wouldn't it? Tasting whiskey. Quite pissed as a fart. Looked nice actually, looked bloody lovely. I guess that's why they call this the Whiskey Trail then. Welcome to the Malt Whiskey Trail. So it does tighten here, bends round to the right, two zebras out, some mirrors, road conditions still wet. Can't quite see what's coming round at us. This is Murray, Malt Whiskey Country. I'm counting. there's a bloody sign for a lay-by here too. Oh. Sign out, caution, lorries turning. Should be coming out of there, that's it. So mirrors, bends round to right at bottom. We are descending. 2 zebras out, 3 zebras. Lay-by there, so that'd be a grand view of a night time. Where that gets busy. Ballymindalock. That sign said we are descending now, some mirrors just backing him right off. Road conditions are still very wet. These are the set of S-bends here, so they Ballymindalock. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like Ballymindalock. Ballymindalock. Maybe Ballymindala. Ballymindala. I don't know. I'm getting hungry, I know that. Time now is 22 minutes past 8. And this is the River Avon. Getting a bit bumpy. So what goes down must come up, and I think we're going to start climbing back up again now. This is the Malt Wisky Trail. Just tight. Oh lad. I think this is the this will be this bad bend I saw on map. This is this bad bend I must have seen on map. It is. I did trace it round on map and I thought, Christ, that's a bad bend. This will be it. 21 miles from Elgin anyway on the A941. Still on the 95 as yet. So I think we'll be coming up on an hour point easy now. Filming wise. Thanos. We've not had too much banter on this particular vlog because, as I've said for the 300th time, it's an unfamiliar road. I've never been on this road in my life. It's pissing with rain. Road conditions are very wet. There's a lot of standing water about. We're in a fully loaded, articulated truck. And the road is tight in various points. So I'm trying to use all my concentration to see what's coming in front of me, read the road ahead and react to it. Which I normally try and do anyway, but we normally act crack a bit as well, don't we? But I think this particular video is not for having banter on as such. A big drop here, a big dip. Down into woods. There's now a bus coming behind me. There's a coach. knock on back door. Again, don't be intimidated. Don't think, oh shit, there's a big coach coming behind me. He'll be a professional driver, he'll know what he's doing. Same with that wagon. Don't be intimidated by them and think, oh, I better speed up. Let them get on. Don't. Especially if you're a new driver. Stick to your guns, hold your course. Don't alter your speed for no fucker. If anything, slow down. You can make them back off. Park. Just mindful, there's a tarmac wagon or something there. That road's closed anyway. Be knocking on the back door of this little van in a minute. No signs of that tipper, he's well gone. Just mindful, this taxi's got its indicator on. I'm committed, I'm coming up a bit of a hill, so I'm not backing off for it. It'll come out when it comes out. Mirrors as we come past it. Glenfaracus, I think that's it. Glenfaracus, I don't know. Sounds like a vein. Faracus veins. It just mirrors, we're dropping downhill again slightly. Just mindful, it's just creeping up to 50, just creeping up to 42 again, so just back him off. Legal limit for us in Scotland is 40 mile an hour on the open speed limit on a single track carriageway. We are filming, so we are recording. But again, road conditions. Is it safe to be flying on down these roads in these conditions? I would say no. Even though the legal limit for me right now is 40 miles an hour, if you don't feel it's safe to do 40 miles an hour, don't fucking do it. Slow down. The legal limit is the law and is set as the maximum you can do. It's not a target to get up to and achieve. But just because it's 40, aye, crack on, you do 40 down here. Sometimes you can't do 40. Sometimes it's only safe to do freaking 20. Don't fly on just because the sign says 40. Make your own judgment. Go as fast as you feel and judge it's safe to do so, given the conditions and circumstances that face you. I remember that, I think it was that video I put on about Narn a couple of months ago. I don't know where it is, it's all there somewhere. And I went through, and at one point I was doing 40 mile an hour in an open speed limit. And that car overtook us. Somebody got on, you're doing 40 mile an hour in an open speed limit, you fucking bellend. And you're giving me a load of grief. So I just said, well, Actually, I think you'll find I'm doing the legal speed limit. What is the legal limit for a truck, a HGV in Scotland on a single carriageway road? If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it's 40 mile an hour. So the only bell end here is you, pal, because I was doing the correct fucking legal speed limit, you know what I mean? Anyway, I didn't delete it, he deleted his own comment, because everybody else got on this case as well. He just made himself look like a complete prick, a typical keyboard warrior. Do you know what I mean? Again, these people have never driven anything other than, they probably don't even drive a car, but they just think that they're coming on YouTube and trolling you and giving you grief, and they're going to look clever, and they're not. They're just fucking idiots. It was probably just some kid bored in his back bedroom of his mum's back bedroom at home, wanking to babe station with volume on low so he doesn't get catched, you know what I mean, red-handed. Some pubescent teenager. There's somebody trying to ring me here. I don't know who this is. I'll keep going. I don't recognise the number, it doesn't come up with a name. It'll cut itself off shortly. There it goes, it's gone. Oh, mirrors. Mindful, there's a car just coming out of this junction here, see. We've probably gone over an hour now, so we'll just get down the road a little bit further. As soon as we come on to the 914, I'll probably cut you loose then. Because I'll need to concentrate on getting into this site then, you see. Try and find out who that was ringing me as well. Just backing him off, we're creeping up a little bit. We are descending. Sign's telling us we're coming into a 40, which is no bother, we're doing 40 anyway. Just mindful of this van coming out. This weather's in for day, I think. On a clear day, you can get some absolutely stunning scenery all around here, I would imagine. We're coming into a 30, some mirrors. This is Abalur, I don't know. Abalur. Oh, what a beautiful looking cemetery. I don't mean to be morbid or anything, but that's a beautiful looking cemetery. Lovely little trees and bushes there. Oh, this looks like a little town or a village. So just mindful, just backing him off. Just let this guy go. Now I'm thinking I might get breakfast somewhere. Oh, here's that tipper. So he's made no progress, we've catched him back up, but he's probably been to Butty Van. Just mindful, there's a pedestrian here waiting to cross. Do you know what? We're going to let her go. Oh, she's not wanting to go. No worries, love. Right, mindful now, there could be pedestrians coming out in front of this tipper. That's that tipper wagon, what passed us. So we've still got past him anyway. We'll just roll it through here. That looked like it did sandwiches and whatnot. However, I'm going to get to this site, I'll make myself a porridge and I'll find something bigger for to eat after. Just rolling him through. Just mindful. Fella at back at Bigham from Wigan here with his wagon and drag, just getting into a van. They're doing a transfer, truck to van. Just rolling him through. Just offering him up, just tickling and fettling, that knows. Mirrors. Just back him off, mirrors. Bigham from Wigan comes through. Looks like quite a lot of Walker's shortbread. Ooh, biscuit factory, nice. There's quite a lot of haulage around here. There's a yard there with tankers in. Back into open speed limits, which again for us is 40 mile an hour as we come out of this. Is it a town or a village? It looked lovely. One of the best looking cemeteries I've ever seen, with them well shaped round bushes. They were lovely. Oh, that fucking tipper's come out now. It's back, same tipper's back behind us again. Well, it's like 2 cars down. So we'll be knocking off back door again in a bit. Hopefully we'll be going to this quarry. I've just seen a sign there for the quarry. So hopefully he'll be buggering off that way. Man, you might not be. There's a sign there for a low bridge of 10'6". Not going to get under that. So that's his Blue Hill Quarry up there. And he's not turning off, he's coming with us. Try and keep it lit up here now. There's a grand view opening up down there to the left and bottom. Oh yes, Churchill. The bloody big river. Bends round sharp to right. So there's a sign here for a lay-by in half a mile. I'm just gonna, if I can get in it, I'm gonna pull it in because I don't want this fucking tipper bothering me again. If I can get in this lay-by, I'll pull it in. There's two vans, a car, and this tipper. And I don't want it bothering me again. I can't see that lay-by, it said half a mile. We're going straight on now for Elgin on the 419 or the 491 or whatever it's called. Still not seen that lay-by, it said half a mile. The other vehicles have pulled off, so this tipper's now coming to knock off back door again. This will be a lay-by, will it? No, too late. Too late, it's a slither. So we're going to be mothered with this fucker again now. Time now is 20 to 9. Another 20 minutes, we should be there. We'll just get down here and we'll put him over. Let this fucker past us in tipper, so he's not knocking on the back door again. Here, bingo. We'll have it in here. We're just going to pull it in here. Just let these guys go. There's 2 cars and that same fucking tipper. And I don't want it bothering me all the way down here. So I'll tell you what I'll do. This will be a good opportunity, I think, to end this video here. Because I need to get on there and get down to this site. There he goes again, tipper man. Tipper Jack.
Turn left.
So I'm going to cut you loose here, and I'm going to concentrate and get on and get to this site. So I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We're just over the hour mark now. Yeah, if in doubt, we're out like that. If you can, pull over, let them go through. If you can't, don't get intimidated and try and speed up and match their speed, because if you don't know what you're doing and you've never been on a road before like this and you may be a new driver, you could end up doomed. Best thing to do, hold your course and just think, fuck them. Do you know what I mean? You're doing the legal speed limit and you're driving as safely as you can to the conditions that present themselves before you. All right, thank you. I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. But for now, I'm out of here. Join me on the next one. Ta-ra!